Ro. What are you doing? Rody Roo. What are you doing? Oh, we're live. Good morning. How is everybody this morning? Is anybody here? I'm not sure if anybody's here, but I know I am here. Good morning. I don't even think Rowena is here. Rowena, where are you? What is going on, people? Good morning, Shannon. How are you this morning? Good morning, Tyler. Good morning, Nancy. How are you? It is Wednesday, and what does that mean? That means I am answering another reader's question. Golly, there's a lot going on. Hey, Leslie Lawrence, how are you this morning? Hope everybody is good. Shannon says hi again. Deb, good morning, Deb. Deb, I am using my coaster for my coffee at my desk in the apartment. So for y'all that don't know, Deb, I'm assuming this is crocheting. Is that what you made me? A crocheted shirt and then the coasters is the crochet? I don't know how to do any of that. So anyway, so we'll talk about that. Anyway, so I love it. I love them, and I put it on my desk for my cup. It fits it perfectly. Shannon Chris says she's doing well. Hey, Penny, how are you? Hi, Tracy. How are you, girl? You little spitfire. Good morning, Sue Sullivan. Hi, Stephanie Seeley. Hey, Jennifer. Stephanie says hi. Deb says cool. I love it. So yesterday I went to the post office and to get some stamps, and I checked my box because a lot of people haven't realized that I put my new P.O. box on the newsletter. So it's at the bottom of the newsletter. So in transit of me moving to the apartment while we're building, I had put on my newsletter, because my other P.O. box literally takes me an hour to get to. It's not like an hour away, like mileage, but it takes an hour to get through because of Cincinnati traffic and Northern Kentucky traffic, because now I live 2 counties over, and so it takes me that long because we have so much traffic, and so it takes me that long to get to my P.O. box, so I had to transfer it over. And so in my newsletters, I put as my address somewhere deep in the woods in Kentucky. So witty. I cracked myself up. Oh, well. Anyway, so I went yesterday to the post office, and so they're starting, and my post office literally is half of the size of this apartment bedroom. So it is tiny, which I love because, of course, I'm so shy. And so they're starting to get to know me. And so I mail things off. They're like, oh, are you an author? I'm like, yeah. And then the next thing, oh, what do you write? And I'm like, oh, I write cozy mystery. And actually, I have a mail carrier sleuth. They're like, oh my gosh. So, so now going to the post office is like a 40-minute, maybe an hour stop, because I can't go in and just check my P.O. box, because there's the one person that works in the post office and no one else comes in the post office. So we sit there, we chit chat for like an hour, and I'm like, oh, I should have been writing. That's okay. Anyways, so Deb, yesterday I opened it up and I'm chit chatting and talking to her, and I'm like, oh my God. And she's like, what? And so I send you something that's bad. I'm like, no, oh my God, look at this. I love it. I literally had a sweatshirt and a tank top. I ripped off my sweatshirt and I put it on. So the picture that I took that I posted was outside the post office. Because I was like, okay, so this lady probably won't get it, that I'm going to take a picture and post it on Facebook. But it was hysterical. So, but my post office lady, she's there temporarily, and she filled in for the full-time position because the other mail carrier, or the clerk That's what they're called. That works behind the desk, is retired. So I really like this girl. So the job was posted yesterday, and she filled out the paperwork. So I hope she gets it. I know, crazy, right? Let's see. Deb said yes, it is crocheting. Yeah, I was never good at that. Hey Karen, how are you? Hey Pat. Hey Michelle Bernstein. Hey Suma. Shannon said wow. I don't know what you said wow to. Is it the energy that I always bring to it? Because I'm a morning person. So anyways, we are here to answer another reader question. So let me pull that up because I do not look at those before I pull them up because I think that's just like half of the fun of it. If you are on my Amazon, book club, which I'm not sure if you know what I'm talking about, but Amazon has let a few select authors start an Amazon page or Amazon book club. And so but they've never given you a way to participate in the book club. So when I'm filling out the form and the feedback, and the sun is going to pop in here, guys. So when I fill out the form and the feedback, I said, well, there's no way to really communicate. I think I maybe have like 500, 400 book club members on there now. It's called Tonya Kappes Cozy Mystery Book Club. It's an Amazon book club. And so what I did was I used my book as a guinea pig, although I know probably everybody's read that care about me has read Tonya Kappes' book, Beaches, Bungalows, and Burglaries. And if you haven't, go grab it, read it. But anyway, so I picked that one because I didn't want to use one of my friend's books or do a book to read whoa, Rowena just jumped up here. There you can see her shadow. Rowena, you stinker. She's so cute. So anyways, what happened is that they have no way to actually come together to do a book club. So what I did was I went ahead and I use Goodreads a lot. So I have a Cozy Crew forum on Goodreads. And again, that's for people that aren't on Facebook. And so, which we're going to talk about that too, which is very interesting. So what happened is that I did the book club over there. So on the Tonya Kappes book club on Amazon, I can fill out like in a box of why I picked this book or this, that, and the other. So I put on there, I picked this, Amazon doesn't give you a way to have a forum. So we are going to have book club on October the 28th at this location on Goodreads. And so people were kind of confused when we did Beaches, Bungalows, and Burglaries. But what we do is I have the link, and I'll also post it here after I answer the reader question, where you can go to Amazon, check out the book club, and I'll post the book club where we're going to discuss it on Goodreads on the 28th. So I've been kind of feeling my way around it, and how we do book club is that I just go in there every couple of hours and I post a question. You can also ask questions. I'm going to go in there today and also have a post that asks questions about the author if you would like me to email the author and ask questions. This month's book club pick for October, I picked a witchy book. You can also suggest books on the book club, and we can pick that. But I thought it'd be fun to pick a witchy book, and my good friend Amy Boyles, who I adore, love her. I picked her first Southern Tea book. And so I thought, well, I'm going to ask her some questions, and you guys can ask those questions, and I will funnel those to sweet, sweet Amy. Anyways, let's read a reader question. Okay, this reader question is from Rebecca Stein. Hi, Rebecca. How are you? It says, hey, Tonya, I am not on Facebook. That's interesting because I wanted to talk about that. Let's see. Did y'all see Rowena's tail? She's like, what is here? Come here. Come here. So, oh my gosh, Deb. I picked up my coffee and she's looking at the coaster like, what is that? Now she's like pawing at it. Let's see if I can. What is that? What is that? Huh? Where are you going? Okay, so back to the question. I'm not on Facebook. So Rebecca Stein, she said she is not on Facebook. I get your newsletter, which I love. Thank you for the weekly book sales. My question is about your Patreon account and what did you mean by extra content? Okay. Here we go again. So, okay, it's about the Patreon account. So if you, let me look up. So let's just look up on Patreon. So the Patreon account. The top 10 writers on Patreon are like, it's so weird. So anybody that I know on Patreon, other than myself, another cozy mystery author is Sue-Ann Jafarian. You guys know Sue-Ann. She actually is living in her is it a Travato? It's a Mercedes, which those things are like $100,000, y'all. Because I looked at one and I'm like, yeah, no, I don't know. But anyway, she lives full time in hers. She has a Patreon account. She's had it for 2 years. And that's what I heard about it from, actually. So, Rebecca, interestingly enough, yesterday I did put on the newsletter a poll from readers. So, out of 20,000 newsletter subscribers, I actually sent it to my girlfriend, Christy Belcamino. Let's see if I can find it. Interestingly enough, out of all my newsletter subscribers that filled out the poll, 70.8% of them get all of my news stuff from my newsletter. 14% get news from Facebook. And let's see, 15% get my news from Goodreads. And then the other thing is like varied through like the website, a blog, BookBub, and Amazon. So BookBub and Amazon were the lowest percentage. They had like 1 or 2%, and I had like 7,000 or 8,000 followers on there, so that was surprising. So, anyways, I found it interesting that 70% still of my readers are not on Facebook. And I love that because that is why I started the Patreon account for those readers that do want the extra content. So, Rebecca, what extra content means is, for instance, Mae West is one of my sleuths in the Camper and Criminal Cozy Mystery series. It wasn't like I just came up with Mae West in my head and started writing her. I had to understand exactly why Mae skipped town on her 18th birthday and crawled out of Mary Elizabeth Moberly's home in her foster mom's home. Sorry about my hair. But anyways, so what did I do? I keep a notebook. And I don't think I have that notebook, but hold on a second. So let's take, what is this one? Okay. So this one is Ghostly Undertaking. So this is the Ghostly series. So each page I have handwritten notes, which all of that's is going on the Patreon page. Everybody's getting to see those special notes. But anyways, and then I have all of the suspects and things like that. But I also, not only that, but I will write, which you guys know that I have a address book for every series. This one happens to be the Southern Cake Baker series under Maymee Bell. And I put the little stickers on there. But anyway, so everybody like has a place. But to really dig deep into those characters, I actually write and I record conversations with myself to the characters. So when I go for my walks in the morning, I walk about 6,000 steps every morning. I try to get that in early. I will talk to my characters. So when I was writing Mae, I'm like, okay, so who are you? What is this about? So she told me her story. So I wrote those down. I wrote exactly why she escaped. I wrote exactly what happened to her parents. completely. And I put all of those in their own story in my notebooks. So if you are an avid fan of that series, those are being published in the Patreon account. So that's no different than if you have a favorite artist, or like right now, I love Lauren Dangle, and she is a Christian singer. And matter of fact, I keep saying Austin's going to marry her. I don't know how they're going to meet, but he's going to marry her one day because she would be perfect for him, but he would be perfect for her. But anyways, so it's no different than me paying the $50 for me to watch her show. I also recently watched, it's called Girls Night In with evangelist Joyce Myers. She had a 2-hour show that was like $20. And it's no different than the book boxes that I had been doing for 4 months before COVID hit. And the reason why we stopped the book boxes is that a lot of people were leery about getting things from outside, from my home to your home. And I understood that. So that's why we stopped the book boxes. So the Patreon account is for those rabid Tonya Kappes, behind the scenes fans. This week we posted a really fun cross stitch pattern for one of the books. And I have a Patreon in there that's going to teach me how to cross stitch. So I am going to learn to cross stitch. And so we talk in there every day, and it's kind of like a Facebook page, but it's just for Tonya Kappes, and it's just for those readers that want that extra content. So with that said, it is, so some of the money is not obviously going to go all into my pocket. Patreon takes out their percentage as well. It also lets me donate to charities that I hold dear to my heart, and which I love doing that. So that is some of the special content that are on there. Also this week, I was able to go, I belong to a mega church here in Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky. They have various locations around the United States. And I think there's like 170,000 members, but I go to a local satellite church where the head pastor is the speaker. And so what happened is that they have a women's group every Thursday morning that I go to. And maybe there's like 100, 200 women in the women's group. And we've been having it outside since COVID. And I go every Thursday morning. I was able to speak at the women's group this week, and they videotaped it, and they gave me the videotape, and I was able to share that with my Patreons. And it was how I got started in writing, which obviously was not something that I ever had planned to do, and how it has been blessed my life and my purpose. So it's those kind of contents that are in there, things that I wouldn't put on Facebook, things that I don't put on. Somebody keeps texting me. It's Austin. Austin is texting me. My sister is texting me. Everybody is texting me. So anyways, so it's just things and content that I like to share that I hold dear to me, and that if you're a huge Tonya Kappes fan, that's where you get it. It is no different than like a newsletter or a magazine subscription or one of the book boxes. So with that said, a lot of people that want to be, if anybody on here is on my Patreon account and you think it's great, you don't, just let people know in the comments, because people just don't really quite understand that. But also there's a lot of famous people on there, like artists, musicians, and things like that. So the reason it's a $1 and a $5 mainly level that is open. The $5 level, you get everything I just said. The $25 level is a book box, so, and art copies. So that is why that's there, and that's why we only have, and we don't have any openings in that. That's been sold out. So that's why we have that. So Rebecca Stein asked what kind of content I put there. So that was a good question. And Rebecca is not on Facebook. So also, I just try to be all to everyone, and hopefully we won't have to answer this question next week. And so that is that's it. So anyways, I think that's all I have to say, Rebecca, on that. And I will also be posting this on YouTube so you get that and in next week's newsletter since you are a newsletter only subscriber. So, anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you guys next week. If you want to send in your reader question, do so, and I will also put up all those links. Also, don't forget to join my Amazon Tonya Kappes Cozy Crew Book Club, which I will post the link to that as well, and the Goodreads page where we discuss the book club monthly. I love you all, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.